All right, everyone, are you ready? Welcome back to another reaction. And we are, at long last, after 2 years, approximately, stepping into the most current region. Here we are with our very first piece of Nod-Krai content. We are starting here today with one of these Nod-Krai preview teasers that was released before Nod-Krai opened. And I'm a little surprised right off the bat. I expected this to be very Nod-Krai themed. This is very Hexencircle themed, if I am not mistaken, so I am super fascinated to see where this will go. Something like framing the whole adventure in Nod-Krai as a fairy tale or a story? I don't know. Let's see. Take it away. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at the little moon on the left, sort of ambient energy. Oh, there's the moon.
An ever-changing landscape of ruin. A marvel corroded by time.
That's fascinating.
In the forest, where the nights were once undisturbed save for a few rays of moonlight.
That's the Wild
Hunt's shadow grows.
They look amazing.
For those who bear the name of Frost Moon.
The Frost Moon Scions.
Shines. Others carry the torch.
The Light Keepers.
The darkness and cold with their blades.
We know these guys from the web event.
I hear that the stolen Fae still yearn for the frosts of old.
They're still Fae?
While the Fatui look to the stars above, trying in vain to seize the false firmament.
There's our Fatui. The Doctor! I thought the Jester was going to be here. There's Varka. That must have been the first look at Varka. You're Hexencircle. Is that gonna be Alice? I mean, look at the hat. It's just like Cleese.
So does fate await your gaze.
But that voice.
Another cup of tea, if you'd be so kind.
Oh,
the story
that's so cute.
Is about to begin.
Oh my god! Whoa. Okay, so many thoughts. Oh, look at this. I'm watching the Luna Prelude, and we're on Luna 7 or Luna 6. Luna 6. Wow. Okay, so many thoughts in reverse order. This little guy. That's one of the structures that came through on one of the exploration events, and I can even see it from a distance at this point already, but it looks angry. It looks like an evil octopus. I love it. It would be so cool to go to a location where the location itself is kind of an enemy. Now, as I say this, I realize actually that kind of describes, like, Dragonspine, for instance. But it would be cool to go to a place that actually moved in response to your actions. Kind of like a very large, very slow enemy. I don't know, just kind of what this invokes from me. Sounds like fun. Over here, we've got one of these little guys. I've seen these before because I have Columbina, so I've seen you in her idol. I'm wondering if this is a specific creature or just one of a species of creatures that you can find in Nod-Krai. Talk a little bit more. Okay, look, that's definitely a Hexencircle teapot. But what's throwing me off, let's go back a little bit more to our thumbnail image. The Dodocos, the red, the hat, the hair. I don't see any pointy ears, but this definitely reminds me of Klee, which makes me think Alice, but the voice is throwing me off.
And just as the stone craves the sculptor's hand.
It's like Alice's voice if she's being deliberately very gentle with it.
The sculptor's hand, so does
right there, when she says hand, it sounds like Alice, but everything else sounds much different. Here we go. So it could be a different Hexencircle, could be Klee in the future, so on and so forth. Could also be Alice. Here we go. These are the Knights of Favonius. Oh, I recognize those banners. And I wonder if this was the first look at Varka. Probably, right? That's awesome. Dottore there? What are you doing there? Because we saw the Jester in that one trailer, didn't we? What was that? Oh, the God's Limits. We saw the Jester, right? So Dottore's also there. Wait, the Pale Star Edict, right? They summoned all the Harbingers back to Nod-Krai. Of course. Interesting, though, that they are choosing to specifically highlight Dottore. Does make me think he will be particularly involved. Or maybe they just know that he's a popular villain character. Trying to highlight that. These are Fatui enemies, I'm guessing. New designs, though. Look, they look so cool. They look so cool. Oh my gosh, I love it. Also, they're all near this structure, so maybe this is like a Fatui base? Yeah, no wonder it gives off such sinister vibes. I get the feeling we're back to being enemies here in Nod-Krai. What were we? The Woodland Fae? What were these? The Snowland Fae. Wow. So I wonder, Lauma maybe, because this design makes me think of her. The Snowland Fae, so they're still around, and they yearn for the frosts of old. I am curious about that. I wonder how that will translate into, I guess, the dynamics between the different groups. They yearn for the frosts of old. The Fatui are up to their Fatui business, of course. The Lightkeepers are fending off the darkness and the cold. So maybe the Fae would want the Lightkeepers to fail. But I feel that they would understand that there's other dangers with letting the dark and cold come back in force. Curious. This looks gorgeous. The Frost Moon Scions living where the silver light shines. Like living under the moonlight? Maybe if you go far enough north during the winter, the sun won't rise and the moon won't set. So I don't feel that we're that far north yet, though. Because in the thing that we read just recently, what was that? That was Long Night's Oath. In Long Night's Oath, it is indicated that the heart of Snezhnaya is even more northward than Nod-Krai. This is so cool. This is the Wild Hunt. Are these the enemies? I've seen some of these guys in the Abyss, and they terrify me because I cannot kill them for the life of me. Wow. They look amazing. I love it so much. It almost looks like an infection. So if a Wild Hunt creature kills someone, does that person's body join the Wild Hunt, perhaps? That is so cool. Oh, and I love how it goes from presumably actual in-game scenery into the artistic mode. That's so cool. Oh my gosh, I love it. This is gorgeous. And I'm guessing also that music in the background.
Others carry the torch.
That's probably Nod-Krai music. Oh, fantastic. I love it. Alright, so that was short but sweet, kind of reminding us who's up there, giving us a who's who of Nod-Krai. Fascinating. I am looking forward to maybe seeing more about Columbina, though, in these teasers, because we know that she's there, and we know that the Fatui have been ordered to bring her back, but we don't know why. Is she in danger? Did she defect? So on and so forth. So, I'm hoping that will be in our next one. Let me pull it up. Here we are. This is our next teaser. I checked the dates. This one also came out before Nod-Krai did, so I'm happily willing to give this one a try. It's Through the Silent Frostbound Night, and clearly it introduces Lauma, so... Oh, the in-game models of the... Oh, God, I have to pause. That's what I've been seeing from a distance. That is gorgeous. What is that? You know, I used to think maybe it was a fallen and a broken nail, but I wonder if maybe it's actually something that's like holding up the sky. The veil, the false sky. It's definitely powerful, and it looks like it's doing something to do with reality in the sky. Maybe? Oh, these are the Frost Moon Scions, aren't they? Wow! New NPC model.
Go now.
That's beautiful. There she is! She seems very calm and peaceful. And
Thank
attentive,
you.
perhaps? Ooh. I like that. Oh, this is her again, isn't it? Right. You can do that. What is that? What is that? Oh my god, are those bosses? Or just in-world creatures? That was cool. So she holds a... That's the whole thing? You're kidding me. Okay, well, it seems like from... Let's just see if there's anything else at the end. Probably not, but just in case. No? Okay. From this, I feel like either these two are equals and they're just very respectful to each other, or Lauma holds a position of significance in this community, which would not surprise me, considering that their uniforms look different from each other already. This is so... Well, that was so lovely. I don't even know what I want to see more of next. I want to see everything all over again already. Look at... Wait. Look at this rock. It's got something glowing in it. Look at these little lunar crystallized looking things going on over there. architecture here is fascinating. It reminds me of, I was going to say Economia, but then I realized actually it kind of reminds me of the City in the Chasm, but you know what? Two related civilizations, aren't they? This is very ancient architecture, so do you suppose they live here because they've lived here all this time? Or are these ruins that they have inhabited? Also, look, these look like the talent materials, don't they? That's so cool. I love it when in-game talent materials and experience materials are acknowledged and or used as in-universe items. It's really neat. I love that. Okay, anything else to go over while we're here? She said thank you to this one. Ooh, wait, that's interesting. My first guess was maybe this elk, perhaps, was carrying a message, but actually, right there, her horns are glowing. So maybe it is a message, and that was just symbolizing that they were communicating. Or maybe they delivered some sort of energy or power to her. Show support or something. I don't know. Okay. Well, anything else to dig into here? Oh, this creature. It looks similar to things I fought in the Abyss, but not quite the same. So maybe this is just a world creature and there are bosses that are, or a boss that is a bigger version of it. This thing looks incredible. What is that? Oh, man. But yeah, do you suppose she's a fae? She's got the ears and the hair. Similar to that person that we saw in the other taser. Alright, well I think I've scanned this for everything that I can. I could gush over the background some more. It's gorgeous, but let's move on to our next one. Alrighty, last but not least, the Song of the Welkin Moon teaser. Are we ready? I guess this one is similar to the Ignition trailer for Natlan. I'm hoping it will give us a little bit more of a peek at the plot in this area. Let's see what we have.
You wish to hear a story of the moon?
Oh, absolutely.
That tale begins long, long ago.
That's Diluc's Claymore!
Nafa's starting her story already!
Oh! And of course she would know everything. Curatorium of Secrets and all, right? Is she in charge there? Oh, Durin! And what's your name again? Yehoda! Oh, they're having fun with the new expressions still, aren't they? She has unique eyes.
Way off. We might go hungry, but at
What?
least we have plenty of time.
Are you going to the moon? Or do you mean like you're
Kid,
waiting for the moon to
that headpiece of
return?
yours is pretty unique. Who designed it? Could you hook me up?
What's he gonna say? What's he gonna say? Wait. Why does he seem unhappy?
In that era,
Absolutely
there was
not. I
no
won't stand for
boundary
it. We gotta go
between
see him
life and
immediately.
death. Willpower flowed freely among countless beings.
Ooh.
The primordial being that once ruled this planet.
Oh my god, they're just
made
directly
free
talking
moons
about this?
rise from the earth.
Over there in Nod-Krai? Oh, is that ghost fire? That's gonna be Flynn's lamp. Yeah, it is.
It was not until
That
the
is
funeral
interesting,
year
though. Why does
that
he
the
have that kind of
primordial
fire?
voice once again cried out in the darkness.
Maybe he's a ghost keeper or something. Ooh!
My lady.
Centrone!
The Frostmoon Scions again. A laughably futile rebellion.
Rebellion! Do you think they're trying to throw off
Pale white frost moon,
the TUI control?
I, your loyal emissary, and
Scion.
Scion of Hyperborea,
Scion of Hyperborea!
beseech you to cast down your gaze from the celestial dome above.
They're asking the moons
May
for
your
help?
gentle tears pierce the frigid night, and grant us, the forsaken and forgotten,
Oh my god.
your guiding light.
Hyper realistic moon. Oh, that was cool. What's Barca up to? Sharpening his blade? Sure.
You didn't come here for the story.
Oh wow, look at her eyes. I
Finished
never realized
already,
they were
huh?
like that.
No. It's just
A greater storyteller than myself has come.
Oh? So somebody else has arrived in that one. Who?
Beyond the moonlight's reach,
Whoa.
an ancient shadow brandishes its hunting claws.
Wait.
taking aim at the stars.
Excuse me?
You're right. I came here for the moon.
For the moon? Oh my god, what are you doing with that? Is she gonna cut the moon out of the sky? Like... Oh, I see. Okay. Wow, her blood is silver. Yeah, she's really a fae, isn't she? Or something. Maybe it's like that because she's a scion of the frost moon? That would be an incredible amount of power. What is happening?
The wrong person.
That was so cool.
Be gone.
Oh, that's the wild hunt, isn't it? That is so cool. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is happening? This is so cool. That was beautiful, too. Here she is. I can sense her presence. There she is. Oh, that's so lovely.
In the water, the future mirrors the past. The veil
Interesting.
of lies is slipping. Time is short. The moon's fall is nigh.
The moon's fall? The false moon's fall? Oh my god. There's more! Whoa. I thought it was that person from before.
Here at last.
That's Alice!
And things look even messier than last time.
What do you mean by last time? Oh,
Miss
bro!
Alice, shall we begin?
A message? That was
There's
cool.
no rush. And
Alice!
I'd like to catch up with an old friend first.
That's Alice?
And you, young man?
What?
Let's part ways here.
What? What? What do you mean? What do
I have
you
a
mean?
little score of my own to settle.
What? Oh my god, wait, yeah. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Why is everyone in the world in Nod-Krai? What? I am ascending right now to Celestia. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I don't even know where to begin. I, for one, am very excited to see most of my favorite characters here in Nod-Krai. But I guess we'll go all the way back to the beginning. We're gonna go in order this time. Here's Varka. This is a gorgeous shot. Why does he have Diluc's claymore? That's hilarious. Is it because he uses two and he needed to borrow one? There's Aino, calling him to a story told by Nefer, who we know to be an employee of the Curatorium of Secrets. Now, she feels like, just based off her vibes, she feels like she feels like someone very high up in the hierarchy, if not the leader herself, you know? But we'll have to see. I don't know what the structure of the temple even looks like, but that's my guess. I'm guessing she's like the current custodian of the Archive of Secrets or something. I don't know what you would call it, but that's my guess. Duran's here. How and why? Young man, you're like 20 days old. You should be in Mondstadt. Did he follow the Grandmaster's expedition for some reason? Was he sent to deliver a message? Did he get lost? Like, why and how is he in Mondstadt? Maybe he came with Albedo. I don't know. We'll see. Here's Yehoda. Here's a little robot. You're, Inefa. I remember, because I did your trial, and you're like a 5-star official, and for some reason I remember that. Okay. So, they're hanging out. And, oh, Yehoda, you work for the Curatorium too, don't you? So I guess he's hanging out with the Curatorium right now? Oh, maybe he's after answers. Maybe that's why he wanted to go to Nod-Krai. He wanted answers about his past, or he wanted to hear the full story so he could learn more. I don't know. This was amazing. I was half expecting him to say, she asked who designed your headpiece, and I half expected either he would say it's not a headpiece or my brother, you know? But it seems like he's feeling very conflicted about his identity and his origins. Yeah, it's haunting him in a way. This part I want to hear.
In that era, there was no boundary.
There was no boundary between life and death.
Willpower
Oh my god, wait! Are those supposed to be the three Moon Sisters? Is it the closest look we've had to the three Moon Sisters? Arya, Sonnet, and Canon, right? I mean, this and this appear to be the same design, just used twice. Or were they triplets? You can almost, they have like a single horn almost, here and here. You can see it kind of going on over here too.
Flowed freely among countless beings.
This is fascinating. So then the primordial one made the moons?
The primordial being that once ruled this planet.
That once ruled this planet.
Rise from the earth.
Okay, because when I hear primordial one, I think of the primordial one, Thanes, who calls themselves the primordial one. But if you're saying the primordial being who once ruled, that would make me think, not Thanes, because Thanes is theoretically still in control. So would that be then, one of the... So Nibelung, he was a dragon king. I don't recall. Yeah, I think after everything we've seen, especially in Natlan, it feels like he was the only one to ever exist, right? No one preceded him. And obviously no one came after him. So either this is talking about Thanes, which is interesting, would make me think that the moons are probably part of the false sky, and no, that wouldn't make sense though, because then there would be three in the sky. Okay, yep, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that this is talking about Nibelung, actually.
This planet
So the primordial one made three moons, but why? Why would he do that? Also, very cool that it's the Welkin moon symbol. That's fantastic. I want to learn more about that. I want to learn more about this ghost fire, particularly because, so it seems like
primordial voice.
Flynn's is here in this graveyard. He is very ghostly themed, isn't he? That sounds familiar from his trial that I've done before. What group does he belong to? Because we saw a little bit from the Lightkeepers, from the Scions, from the Wild Hunt even. He's clearly opposing the Wild Hunt. So do you think he's a Lightkeeper? That would be really interesting. Because the Lightkeepers, the job he's performing seems to be that of a Lightkeeper. He's literally holding light in the darkness. Presumably, he's literally taking the graveyard shift that nobody else wants to do. He's fighting off ghosts and the Wild Hunt alike. That seems very Lightkeeper-ish. But from what we saw in the previous teaser, or no, the one before that even, the Lightkeepers are very warm-themed. And their designs have a certain style to them that you can immediately tell, oh, this is a group, and which group it is. Do you know what I mean? Their lighthouses are golden. Now, it looks like we might even have a lighthouse here in the background that lost its light, so I wonder if he's like a last line of defense kind of guy, or if they're trying to expand their reach, he's the front line. But whatever the case, his design does not match the other Lightkeepers, and his light doesn't match the other Lightkeepers, so where did this light come from? I was thinking of it as a ghost light, 'cause that's what it looks like to me. But he was sort of scaring off ghosts, wasn't he? At one point? Maybe he's protecting ghosts from the Wild Hunt? Where was that? Oh, over here. Oh, this was so cool. We're gonna come back to where we are, but look at this. This is the coolest thing. That's the Wild Hunt right there. And yeah, it looks like he's able to use... So, the question is, where did he get that light from? Is it a Fey light? Is it power from the Scions?
It was not until the funerary year.
We'll have to see. My guess is not Scions. My guess is he might be tangentially connected to the Lightkeepers at least. And
that the
for whatever reason,
voice
his source of light is different. Then where did it come from? I want to get there immediately and find out. I mean, we could go through the other factions. I feel like I'm forgetting a couple. Aren't the treasure hoarders up here too? But I doubt the treasure hoarders would have secret fairy lights that can dispel the darkness. If they did, they'd be using those across Teyvat, you know? Anyways, okay, moving on. Primordial voice cried out in the darkness. And then oh yeah, okay. Not until the funerary year that the primordial voice cried out again. I want to know more about that. I might need to review my notes. The funerary year. Is that, was that mentioned in Before Sun and Moon? That almost sounds familiar, but I might be confusing it with something else. Okay, so here we learn that the Scions are trying to rebel. I'm guessing against the Fatui, if not the Tsaritsa herself. We learned from Long Night's Oath that Nod-Krai has permission to exist and to be, it kind of seems like, semi-autonomous. So they have no reason to rebel against the Tsaritsa herself, unless they feel perhaps that the Fatui are overreaching. Which would not surprise me. So, Sandrone is here. I wonder if this is her regular post, even. That's just a vibe I'm getting, because we know, again, that the rest of the Harbingers were summoned back. But do you think she stays here usually? Or is she just coming back with everyone else? She's getting reports from people. Scions, again, it seems like she's been here for a long time, at least. So, we go from Scions rebelling to seeing Lauma again. So I'm going to go ahead and I feel pretty confident she's from the Scions. She goes to the moon. Scion of Hyperborea? Also, your loyal emissary? Like, excuse me? Are you an angel? Scion of Hyperborea. Yeah, because Hyperborea, I get the feeling it was more in the north, though. Like the rest of Snezhnaya. And then it fell beneath the sea or something like that? As ever, I need to review my Hyperborea lore. Where was that? The Ballad of the Fjords, I think? Okay, so she entreats the moon, beseech you to cast on your gaze from the celestial dome above. She's asking for help, basically. The Forsaken and the Forgotten. She's asking for something. And grant us. Either permission or power would be my guess. Maybe both. Your guiding light. So she's asking for help. Why? In response to the Fatui's growing presence? Or in response to some other threat, likely the Abyss or the Wild Hunt? This transition of asking for help and then it immediately cuts to Varka, do you suppose that's implying that someone, one of the moons, has somehow arranged for Varka to arrive in Nod-Krai? You know, if you're a god and you are unable to intervene directly, you would arrange for things to fall into place, you know? That's a really cool idea. Slight problem, the moons are dead. This moon isn't even a real moon, right? I mean, you could say it's a real moon, but it's not a god or a goddess, you know? So, just a fascinating transition from grant us your guiding light, and then we get Varka. So I get the feeling he's going to play a very important role here in Nod-Krai, but whether or not that was by the moon's design is to be seen. He's definitely talking to the Curatorium, because here's Nefer, and again, that makes sense with Durin being, I believe, at the Curatorium. You didn't come here for the story.
The story, did you?
Huh. Finished already, huh?
And he said, I came here for the moon. And he just casually reminds us that, let's see. Oh my god, wait, we've got this whole other thing. But yeah, okay. Before we get to that, he reminds us that Mondstadt means Moon City, basically. Oh my god. There's too many cool things in here. So he's doing this for Mondstadt? Why? What does Mondstadt need that him being in Nod-Krai can provide them with? If anything, if he was in Mondstadt when, like, Signora was there, he could have helped protect the city against the Fatui. Now, I firmly believe that everything in Mondstadt played out the way that it did for a reason. But what could Mondstadt need from Nod-Krai that's enough for him to leave it for so long, you know? Is he looking for something? Is he looking for someone? Is he looking for support? Is he looking to support rebelling against the Fatui or against, you know, the Heavenly Principles? What are you doing here? Do you need information?
No.
So I'm
It's just
super curious about what Varka's up to here.
agreed.
Yeah, because the way that they've spoken about him and his expedition in the past is basically that he's kind of a goofy guy. He's kind of having fun, just exploring across the world with the boys. But I feel like in this scene, it's hinting that he's actually quite smart and he's planning something, you know? But moving on from Varka for now, a greater storyteller than myself has come.
Storyteller than myself has come.
And then we see this person.
Now, beyond the moonlight's reach,
First question, is that the voice we were hearing in the other trailer? Doesn't quite make sense because this design is not at all similar to the design that we saw in that trailer. But the voice does sound similar. Secondly, oh my god, this design. We've got the pointy ears. We've got a crown that's glowing. She
an
has
ancient
wings?
shadow brandishes its hunting
Look at her eyes. Okay, so the combination of the wings and the eyes, not going to lie, reminds me of the Voyager that we just heard about in the finale of the Deep Galleries. Now, the likelihood of this person being the Voyager is extremely low, but not impossible. So that's what it first reminds me of. But besides that, like, oh my god, is she from Conria? But then she's not cursed, or I guess she'd be cursed with immortality, but then she has wings?
claws, taking aim at the stars.
Taking aim at the stars. So, like, she could be an angel, besides being the Voyager, besides being from Conria, she could be an angel. She literally has a halo! It's not a crown! That's a halo. What?
Now, beyond the moonlight's reach,
Look at this, too. That's a gyroscope, an astrolabe? She's very much associated with, or at least associates her with, shall we say, the firmament, which hints that she probably also knows about the truth of the heavens. So, are you an angel?
an ancient shadow brandishes its hunting claws.
Okay, so there's probably a big threat here besides the ones that Nod-Krai has been dealing with for a while.
Taking aim at the stars.
Taking aim at the stars. Now, the way that she flaps her wings like that, that's such a cool sentence, makes me think that she wants to fight off that shadow and therefore protect the stars. Is a little concerning because the stars represent the fates in this world, and notably those fates are controlled by the primordial one. So, does she want to protect them because she wants to protect Phanes' control? Or does she want to maybe protect the stars because the stars are also, regardless of whether or not they're free, they are linked to humanity. And so if she wants to protect humanity, she needs to protect their stars as well? Maybe? We saw something similar in Skirk's story quest where Stella Fortuna were being devoured, but we never heard about what consequences that resulted in for the people connected to them. We saw something vaguely similar way back when in Unreconciled Stars, where a Stella Fortuna fell to Earth and then impacted people who came into contact with it. But the person who had been connected to that Stella Fortuna had long since passed, so we don't know exactly what would happen to the person that a Stella Fortuna belongs to if that Stella Fortuna was destroyed or damaged or otherwise hurt, you know? It could also be unspecific, not just the stars, but more like this enemy is taking aim at just the sky in general, you know? This looks so cool. The wings,
Stars.
the halo. If she's an angel.
You're right. I came here for the moon.
The moon. Oh my god, for the moon. For the moon. Look at him. I love Mondstadt. Ah, that's our Grandmaster right there. And I love how it reminds us that Mondstadt is the moon city. So, here's Lauma. She's asking for help. She uses some of her blood to make this mark. Oh yeah, her blood being silver is very interesting, but we already talked about that. We saw this a little bit earlier. And then here we go, Columbina's part. Okay. This might be overreading a little bit, but the way that she steps like that really makes it feel like she's descending to Earth, you know? Now, I know that she's going to be associated with the moon in some way. My major question is, does she already have that power, or does she get that power? And does she get that power because the moon bequeaths it upon her, or because like the Fatui figure out how to harness the power of the moon. I've had theories before about it, particularly with Dottore being here. Oh my god, as confirmed by that other teaser. Are the Fatui trying to do false god experiments or something along those lines, again here in Nod-Krai? Using the power of the moon, basically. We know that you could kind of say that the position of moon goddess is empty. So are they trying to raise Columbina to that position? Is that why they want to get her back so desperately? I don't know. We'll have to see. Because she steps there. Her singing is so lovely. Her eyes being closed is so fascinating. I feel like that's representing something or hinting at something. Character-wise, it might be hinting at either she's very innocent and sheltered, you could say, and or that she doesn't want to see the horrors of the world. She's closing her eyes against the scary things, you know? I don't know. I'm so curious.
Future mirrors the past.
The future mirrors the past. Okay, look at her outfit. I feel like it looks similar to Laura's, almost. She's got wings, too, around her head. It would be fascinating if she was an angel. Oh my god. I feel like they're everywhere now. Are you an angel?
The veil of lies is slipping.
She knows about the bubble around Tevat, at least, and apparently that the bubble is damaged. And we know this. This happened in Natlan. Pretty cool to see consequences from the Natlan Archon quest. I'm guessing having ripple effects here. Ha ha ha. Ripple effects.
Time is short. The moon's fall.
The moon's fall. And things turn red. That is so fascinating. Because we've learned about the red moon before. And she says,
In the water.
in the water, the future mirrors the past. So basically something that happened before is going to happen again. And I feel like it is the fall of the moon.
Time is short.
Oh, the flowers have little moons in them. That's so cute.
The moon's fall is nigh.
Now, it turns red like that after coming into contact with her. Does that indicate that she's going to be the reason for the moon's fall? You know, are the Fatui going to drag the moon down and give it to her, basically? Or what? It turns crimson. It looks like blood. It looks amazing. But it's just so interesting that that happened after she touched that petal. And then it spread to the rest of them. So at the very least, I feel confident in saying that she's going to be another very central figure. And whatever happens to her is going to determine which way things will go regarding the moon? Maybe? It has a wide-reaching effect. It covered the entire field. But, ooh, final thought. Sorry, I keep going back to this shot. But with her surrounded by red like that, really makes me think that she's in danger. You could argue that maybe she is the danger. But I don't know. I guess it could go either way. This is Alice!
Here at last.
And that 100% sounds like Alice. Oh my god. There's a little Dodoko. She's got gravity-defying accessories. Love that for her. What is up with this?
Look even
She's so
messier than
red-coated.
last time.
And then she's got some blue. Oh my god! Albedo's there. This is wonderful. This is delightful. So I'm guessing that he traveled here and brought Durin with him, and that's how he got here.
Well, Miss Alice, shall we begin?
Shall we begin? And then the birds fly away. The birds are always watching. Someone sent her a message. That was really cool. Oh, she got another blue gem here. It would be so cool. So, question, is Alice going to be playable? Because this is a very distinct design. Are all these characters that we just saw... Oh my god. I was going to say, are all the characters that we just saw with distinct designs going to be playable? But you know what? I think every single person in this, I already know is playable. Flynn's is playable. Nefer is playable. Yehoda, Durin, Inefa. I know, they're all playable. So, oh my god, does that mean Alice is going to be playable too? So then my thought is, imagine this is the first time we get a character who has two elements for whatever reason. She could be
There's
pyro
no
and...
rush.
Is that a pyro vision? Does she even need a vision? What is that? What is that? Why does your hat look like Istroth's hat?
And I'd like to catch up with
That's totally It's Mondstadt! It's a Mondstadt vision. I'm so happy about that. I don't know why, but I am. That's a Mondstadt Pyrovision. But also, it kind of looks like Sumeru also a little bit, maybe? And then this looks like space age, you know, in orbit, a ring on a planet. Alice, what have you been up to? Look at her eyes. Whoa. Also, I bet we could read this.
an old friend
Can we read this? What does this say? I bet this would tell us who her friend is.
first.
Look at that hat. Oh my god. What is this? What's going on here?
And you, young man?
Oh, that was a good shot. Bring it back.
Man?
I bet we could read that. Also, that little diamond at the bottom, that looks like the Conway diamond. Ooh, is it from that? No, surely not. But what if? I mean, this is Alice. I'm sure she's friends with like everybody here in Nod-Krai. You! What are you doing here? Okay. I feel like I said this before, but I've definitely said this before, and I will say it again. I am so badly waiting for the day that we get to see this guy get his revenge, specifically on Dottore. I want a rematch. I want to take that guy down. Or at the very least, I want him to get a chance to take him down. With a vengeance.
Let's part ways here.
They traveled here together? That's so... But, like, why? Did, like, they just run into each other on the road? Because he's usually... Oh. He was probably in Mondstadt because of Durin. And so when they were going to leave, he went with them. With him being a former Harbinger, he probably somehow caught wind of the... Seriously, is it called the Pale Star Edict? Polar Star Edict? He probably caught wind of that. Knew that all the Harbingers would be called to Nod-Krai because of it. And so knew that Dottore was there. Please. Please. I want a rematch. Have we even had a match? No. But I want a rematch. I have a bone to pick with Dottore.
I have
just...
an old score of my own to settle.
It gives me so much hope. I just want to see him express his emotions. Shall we say? This is oh my god, Nod-Krai is so up my alley. Oh, the last thing I wanted to say is this is really interesting to me. This looks like something is either hidden here or breaking off of this. And we see some other pieces here. So are the moons breaking? The moon's already dead. You know? Broken. Broken. Not broken. So maybe one of the moons is coming back to life? Been reborn? Maybe that's why there's this opportunity here to maybe harness the power of the moon. And maybe reach out to the moon if you're in Lauma's case. Oh. Anyways, I am so freaking excited. You are kidding me. This, like, the aesthetic of the place, the feeling that this gives me, particularly, I feel like, where was it? It was here. This sort of like steampunk vibe is immaculate, and I am so excited to head over there. This spot, that spot, this whole area looks incredible, and the music is so cool, and all the characters are there. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, well, there you go. Where is it? There it is. Night of the Still Mist, Rise of the New Moon. And there's the moon silhouetted behind Columbina, and it's the round one, the full one, from the middle. It's even right there, the symbol. This is so cool. Oh my god. Well, I am excited. Long story short, wow. I cannot wait. This is a good teaser. Oh my god. Alright, well, that's it from me. I want to go start playing this right now immediately. I hope I covered mostly everything. If I missed something that's not spoilery, like pretend you haven't played Nod-Krai yet and you've only seen these teasers. If I missed something, please feel free to mention it in the comments. And I'm looking forward to discussing all the details with everyone. And for now, thank you for watching! Big shout out to our Patreon supporters, Jay Blakewood, Cornersard, Power of Chaos, Mary, Edu, G Brillia, The Loyal Servant of Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, Ruru, Axel Iron, Jay Quellen, Lunar, Sonova, Mathsan, Marcin, Marcus, Sal, Don't Call It, Brian, Warp, Summer, and all of our anonymous patrons. Thank you so much for all of your support, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye now!